Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all the lovely students of class 6. This is your social studies teacher, Ms. Anira, and today we are back with lecture number 3. As you guys know that we started the chapter, the name of the chapter appears over here, Introduction to South Asia, in which we learned about South Asia, that what region it is in Asia continent. Then we saw its location, we saw that how many countries are included in it, and from those countries we have discussed few of the countries. Now rest of the countries would be discussed today, plus a written work will be started. Okay, so this is going to be your chapter number 3, and sorry, this is your chapter number 1. I just edited mistakenly. This is our chapter number 1, and this is the lecture number 3. Yes, now it's okay. So, Introduction to South Asia is our chapter number 1, and today the lecture which we are going to have will be our lecture number 3. So here we go. We know that this chapter belongs to the section of geography. Now here comes the table of content that we discussed previously as well, and today we are going to see it again so that we can see that how many things we have discussed and how many things are remaining. Introduction to South Asia, in which we learned about the SAARC, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. Then we learned about the location of South Asia. Then countries of South Asia we started on Friday. From which we have covered 3 of the countries. Symbols of the flag. The flag of every country represents something, right? So there are symbols which are used in the flags, and there is some purpose for that, right? So symbols for flags we'll be discussing, then occupations, and then important cities, issues in South Asia. Now here comes the map of South Asia, in which you can locate all the countries of South Asia, uh, just other than Afghanistan, because previously Afghanistan was not included in South Asia because it comes in the Central Asia as well. The region of Afghanistan comes in the Central Asia as well. That is why we did not take it as the country of South Asia. But in April 2007, it was announced that from 2007 Afghanistan will be the part of South Asia. So if someone asks you now that how many countries are there in South Asia, so now you're going to say that there are 8 countries, okay, in Pakistan, India, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Maldives. Now here we discussed about SAARC, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, right? And let's go ahead. Then here we saw that the countries of South Asia have divided some of the tasks differently. Why? To make it a teamwork. Right now, here comes the countries of South Asia. Today, we are going to see the countries of South Asia. Here you can see the list of 8 countries of South Asia. Now, the very first country that we discussed was Pakistan. We discussed the things that it got independence in 1947. Mr. Sarah? Mr. Sarah? Right, it got independence in 1947, right? 97% population is of Muslim. It is a democratic country, and capital Islamabad, currency is rupees, and official languages, there are many regional languages, but the national language is Urdu. Then we discussed about India, and here comes the point. Okay, I want to correct one of the point that we discussed that day. I told you one thing, that there are states and there are countries, there are cities. The Bombay city is now called as Mumbai. For the date of today, it is Mumbai, but it was called as Bombay. In the last class, I made a mistake and I told you that the Bombay is the current name. No, Bombay is not the current name. The current name is Mumbai. Okay, the current name is Mumbai, but the previous name was Bombay. Then Madras is now named as Chennai, and Calcutta is now Kolkata. Then we discussed the Bangladesh, that was also known as East Pakistan. Okay, capital is Dhaka, currency is Taka, national language is Bengali. Now here comes Nepal. Okay, so Nepal was ruled by a king. Up till now, we have seen that there were three countries which were discussed, and those three countries were democratic countries. Democratic countries means there is democracy in those countries. But if we talk about the Nepal, Nepal was ruled by king, but it adopted democracy in 1951. Before 1951, it was ruled by the king. And in the background you can see the flag of Nepal. Okay, there are some symbols you can see over there. The red color is indicating something, but the symbols we'll be discussing later on. It is a landlocked country. Landlocked country is like opposite of island. What is island? That is completely surrounded by water, and landlocked country is the country which is completely surrounded by the land. There is no coastline in that country. It is not attached with the sea or ocean from anywhere. Okay, so that kind of country is known as landlocked country. Now the next point comes in front of you. The population is about 28.6 million. In Nepal, if we talk about the majority, so there is the majority of Hindus and Buddhist. You know Buddhist? Okay, Buddhist and Hindus. Famous for mountain peaks. This is very important point. That is why I have selected a background in which you can see okay, so what are you doing? Khizra Ali and the students. But I can see your names, okay? I can see your names. Behave yourself. Vaji has done something, Khizra Ali was doing something, and few more students. I have their names. Please behave properly, otherwise you can leave the class. And students, those who are asking me about their pens, that which pen they need to do their work. Okay, beta, I have told you previously many of the times that which pen you need to use for writing an answer and question, and I will repeat today as well. Okay, don't you worry about that. Okay, now famous for mountainous peaks. Now here you can see the mountainous peaks over here. एक मिनट रुक जाए. Mount Everest, you might have heard the name of this mountain peak, that it is the highest mountainous peak in the world, Mount Everest. And where it is? It is in Nepal. So Nepal is the country which is landlocked country, and it is really famous for it is really famous for the peaks. There are mountainous peaks, there are ranges, there are many of the ranges over there, from which the one comes as Mount Everest. That is the highest one in the world. The capital of Nepal is Kathmandu. The capital of Nepal is Kathmandu. The capital of Pakistan is Islamabad. The capital of India is New Delhi. The capital of Bangladesh is Dhaka. Now here comes the fourth one country, and the capital name is Kathmandu. Right? Kathmandu is the word that literally means wood market. We'll be discussing that why it is called as wood market, but here till now you need to remember that the Kathmandu is the capital of Nepal and it means wood market. If we talk about the currency of Nepal, so that is rupee. Okay, so how many countries we learned that which is having the currency as rupee? India is having the rupee currency, Pakistan and Nepal. Up till now, we have learned about three of the countries from South Asia which are having their currency as rupee. Okay, not Bangladesh is not included in it because Bangladesh has the currency taka. Okay, so you should remember this. Now, what kind of thing you can see in the background? A beautiful scenery kind structure. You can see there are mountains. There is like this is a kind of building or construction which is different from the normal buildings. So what is it? You might have seen these men or the people like them. So what kind of thing we are going to discuss about them? First of all, we need to remember that the Bhutan was also ruled by a king, but along with a council. It means whenever we see any princely state where the king rules, so we find the king to have all the authorities of the country. But in the case of Bhutan, that was ruled by a king, but along with a council. It means the decisions were taken the decisions are taken after the discussion with different people, different authorities. Okay, so it means the king is not independent to make any of the rule in Bhutan. It is also the landlocked country like Nepal, and it depends on India for trade and contact with others. It means it is having the good relationship with India. The population is about 2 million, Mongol race and Buddhist. Here you can see the Buddhist, the people who worship Siddhartha. The Buddha, we call it as Buddha, and the name was Gautama Buddha that was called. The detail we will be learning in another chapter. You need to see that these are Buddhist, okay, and they worship in a place like this, as you can see in your background. The famous for Zong, the D is silent over here, famous for Zong. Buddhist monasteries, a building or a building occupied by the community of monks living under the religious vows, used for worship, art, culture, local government. So first of all, monasteries are the buildings which you can see in the background. They are different from our buildings, and for what purpose they are used? They are used for the purpose of worship, art, culture, local government. So if you just go on the Google and you'll find out about Bhutan, so you'll be having many of the pictures having these kind of backgrounds. Why? Because monasteries are very common over there. Okay, and in here, okay, famous for Zong. Now this Zong is basically Buddhist monasteries. So the building that you see in the background is Zong. That is Zong. How it would be pronounced? Zong. D would be silent over here. The official name and the official language is Dzongkha. Again, here D is the silent, and it comes. It is pronounced as Dzongkha. Dzongkha is the name of the language, which is official language of Bhutan. That is official language of Bhutan. Capital is Thimphu. It is Thimphu. Again, let's repeat the capital. Pakistan, the capital of Pakistan is Islamabad, the capital of India is New Delhi, the capital of Bangladesh is Dhaka, the capital of Nepal is Kathmandu, and here comes the capital of Bhutan, that is Thimphu. Okay, and what is the name of the official language of the Bhutan? That is Dzongkha. Dzongkha and Zong, these are two new words to you which you need to remember. Dzongkha is the name of the language, which is the official language of Bhutan, number one, and Zong is basically the name of the building where the monks worship. Okay, Buddhist monasteries are made, and these are called Zong, and these are used for worship, art, culture, and the local government as well. What is the local government? As I told you in the first line, that it is ruled by a king, but the king is not having all the authorities. There are some of the local governments as well. Okay, so here comes the name of the currency, that is Gultram. That is Gultram, where N is silent. N is silent, and the name of the currency is Galtram. The name of the currency is Galtram. Okay. Nepal was having the currency as rupee. Bangladesh is having the currency as taka. India, Pakistan also rupees, right? But the currency of Bhutan is Galtram. It is the word Galtram and is silent over here. Now here you can see the flag of Bhutan. So what is the different thing was there in Nepal? That was the Mount Everest, that is famous for the mountainous peaks like Mount Everest, and Bhutan is famous for Zong, that is the Buddhist monasteries, the buildings where monks worship. Okay, there where Buddhist worship, and here you can see the Buddhist and what kind of worship they have. This is the topic which we'll be discussing in another chapter, right? Now here comes the flag of Sri Lanka, and here we are going to know about Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka was known as Ceylon. Okay, if I ask you that what was the previous name or the old name of Bangladesh, will answer me that it is East Pakistan. That is so simple. Likewise, you guys need to know that Sri Lanka was formerly known as Ceylon, Lanka, Sirandip. These are three names with which Sri Lanka used to be called. There are three names: Ceylon, Lanka, and Sirandip. Okay, Sirandip, Ceylon, Lanka, and even if you just go and go to the Google and find something regarding Sri Lanka, you will find the name of the Sri Lanka is still Ceylon. Many of the countries like Arab countries still call it as Ceylon. Many of the countries still call it as Sirandip, but the official name is Republic of Sri Lanka. Is that clear? Here comes another an interesting story about Sri Lanka, that is about Hindus' belief. Do you know what does Hindu believe? What do Hindu believe? They believe that Rama, you must have heard the word Rama, Ravan, Ramayan. These kind of words you might have heard, right? So what do they believe? They believe that Rama invaded this island to punish Ravan. Ravan was a like of character which was a kind of abusive character that used to kill people. It was like a negative character, right? And Rama was a kind of positive character. So Rama invaded this island, which is Ceylon, which is Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is island, okay? There are two countries which are island in Sri Lanka, in South Asia, and these are Maldives and Sri Lanka. So what do Hindus believe? They believe that Rama invaded this region. He invaded Sri Lanka to punish the Ravan. Okay, this is their belief. And sometime it is called as a tear from the eye of India, that I told you in the first class, I think, or in the second class. I told you that according to the location of Sri Lanka, it is just below the India, and it is a kind of, if you see the map, you'll find it with the shape of tear. So that is why it is sometimes called as a tear from the eye of India. Population is about 21.8 million, and 19 million is written in your book. Okay, in your book, that is, I think your book is old version, and the current information regarding the population of Sri Lanka is 21.8 million. Majority, if you see the majority, the people who live over there are Buddhist mostly, and minorities include Muslims, Hindus, and Christians. Capital is Sri Jayawardhanapura. I want you guys to remember to memorize the spelling of Sri Jayawardhanapura, Sri Jayawardhanapura, Sri space Jayawardhanapura. This is the capital of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is a country that is an island. It is sometimes called as a tear from the eye of India. Okay, here the majority of Buddhists is there, but the minorities are there also, which are Hindus, Muslims, and Christians, right? The old name of Sri Lanka is Ceylon. It was also called as Lanka. It was also called as Sirandip. Capital is Sri Jayawardhanapura. Sri Jayawardhanapura. Please, beta, just memorize this name, the pronunciation as well, and the spelling. Now here comes the Rama and Ravan over here. Ravan is a kind of negative character which Hindus believe that he had 10 heads, thus Sarvala, right? And he was killed by Rama. Rama was a kind of positive character who killed Ravan. And Hindus believe that this happened on the island of Sri Lanka. Now, here comes the beautiful place in front of you that is named as Maldives. This is Maldives. Maldives is a cluster of islands. If we talk about Sri Lanka, that is a kind of one piece of land which is completely surrounded by water. But when it comes on Maldives, it is not one piece of land. There are several pieces of land, and they all are surrounded by water. So that is why we use this word for several islands. It is not only one or two or three. These are several islands, but they are near to each other. So that is why they are called as Maldives, and that is considered as a country, as a single country. Those all islands are considered as a single country named as Maldives. That is quite beautiful, right? Here comes the flag of Maldives in front of you and the cluster of islands, as I told you that, and the population is about very less number of people are there. Okay, so 5 lakhs or 0.5 million. Okay, and according to your book, 0.3 million in the book, right? But the current population is 0.5 million. It means less than 1 million, and all are Muslims. It means if you'll see 99% or more than 99%, you'll find them Muslims. The capital is Male. It is very easy to remember, to memorize the capital of Maldives. Maldives Male. Maldives Male. Okay. And the currency comes over here, that is Rufia. That is Rufia. Rufia is the currency of Maldives. Now, Afghanistan, something we'll learn about Afghanistan as well, but we need to move to the written work first. Okay, this was the work that we done last week, right? So those students who haven't done it, don't do it in your copy 2. Today you'll be using your copy 2, right? These two questions were done in copy 1, but now you'll be having copy 2. Here I have labeled over here that you need to use copy 2 today. Copy 2 will be used today. Copy 2 will be doing work in copy 2. In copy 2, of course, you will be going to start it from the very first page. So again, you need to show that the work is from midterm. Give the heading of midterm, everyone, and write down question number 3 and 4. Write down question number 3 and 4. No, Khizra, you will not be unmuted today. Okay? I am not going to unmute you today as you have done, you know that what you have done today. Right? So maintain your indices as I have done. Come on. Beta, those who did not submit their copy 1 yesterday, okay, they will not do their work in copy 1. The copy which I demand to do this work is copy 2, and जिसने कॉपी नहीं भी जमा करवाई, जिसके पास कॉपी 1 और 2 दोनों है, वो भी कॉपी 2 में ही करेगा. Is that clear? Today we are going to use copy 2, and in copy 2 again you will make the heading of midterm, you will write the name of the chapter, and the questions which we are going to do today are question number 3 and 4, and question number 5. The index of question number 5 will also be made because that is going to be your homework which I will upload after the class. Then you will make the title page of midterm syllabus. Then you will come to the next page and here again you will write the name of the chapter. So अगर आपकी कॉपी 2 उठाई जाए और डायरेक्ट खोला जाए और सिर्फ क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 एंड 4 दिखे और हमें नहीं पता वो कौन से चैप्टर का है, सो इट इज बेटर टू राइट द नेम ऑफ द चैप्टर अगेन. ठीक है, चैप्टर का नाम दोबारा उसमें लिख लीजिए. इंट्रोडक्शन टू साउथ एशिया, सब टाइटल्स भी दोबारा बना लीजिए. बेटा, ink pens can be used. Blue ink pen and black ink pen both can be used. Both can be used. प्लीज ये आप ऑल्टरनेटिव क्वेश्चंस करके खुद को कंफ्यूज ना करें. इट इज सो सिंपल. एवरीवन नीड्स टू यूज the blue ink pen only for writing answers. Okay, and question can be done with black pointer and black ink pen. This is the thing which I have told you several of the times. Come on guys, you are the students of class 6. You are going to write the date, that is 17th August, and the day, which is Tuesday, right? In the mid of your page, you are going to write CW, that this is going to be your CW. Beta, this is your copy 2. In copy 2, in index, you will write midterm. Then you will write the name of the chapter. Then you will write question number 3 and 4 as classwork, and question number 5 as homework, right? Here comes the question. Name some of the important occupations of South Asia. Beta, those students who are asking for index. So, yes, Ali bin Salman. Test copy, there is no test copy, that will be your copy 2. The copy which you are having for social studies, that will be marked as copy 2, social studies copy 2. See, here comes the index in front of you. Those who haven't done it, do it. Beta, Hiba, currency of Sri Lanka is also rupee. Okay, 4 countries are there which are having the currency of rupee. Here comes the answer in front of you. That is, the question is name some of the important occupations of South Asia, and the answer is agriculture, livestock, farming, fishing, handicraft, industry, labor, trade, and services are some of the important occupations in South Asia. Question number 3, question number 1 and 2 we have done in copy 1, which you might have submitted. Okay, and here comes the question number 3, which is the classwork. So, question is name some of the important occupations of South Asia. Agriculture, livestock. Okay, beta, livestock, there is no gap, there is no space in livestock. There is no space in livestock. You need to put the comma where I have put, right? Agriculture, comma, livestock, comma, farming, comma, fishing, comma, handicraft, comma. ठीक है, ये चीजें जरा आप ध्यान से लिखिएगा. And please let me know when you have done. Question will be done with black pointer or black ink pen, but answer will only be written as in ink pen, blue ink pen, just blue ink pen. No pointer or gel pen will be used. Should I go to the next page? Should I go to the next page? Okay, you will be doing the question number 4 on the same page because you might be having the space, you might be having the lines, right? But I will be using another page. Please writing का ख्याल रखिएगा. I have deducted the marks of those students who gave me the copy with untidy work. Come on guys, we are having just 2 minutes are there. Come on, I'm going to the next page. Here comes question number 4, that is name some of the countries, name some of these important cities of South Asia and the countries in which they are situated. Name some of the important cities of South Asia and the countries in which they are situated. In this question, what you need to do, you need to make a table over here. Just below the question, you need to make a table. The first column would be of countries, another column will be of cities. So first, we will list down the name of the countries: Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Maldives, and Sri Lanka. And then you will come to another column and you will write the important cities, not all the cities, but the important ones. Important cities will be written, right? So in Pakistan, Islamabad, Karachi, Lahore, Peshawar, and Quetta, these are the cities which are very important and very famous. Likewise, if we see India as a country, so we'll find many of the cities which are very important, like New Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, and Chennai. In Bangladesh, Dhaka, of course, it is going to be the famous, it is going to be important because it is the capital, right? And capital is always important. So from Bangladesh, we'll write Dhaka and Chittagong. Chittagong is the name of the country, the name of the city that is in Bangladesh. And in Nepal, Kathmandu is going to be important because this is the capital, and Butwal is another city. In Bhutan, Thimphu is the capital. Maldives, Male is capital. Sri Lanka, Sri Dinpura we can also write, which is the capital. And the important cities apart from the capital are Colombo and Kandy. Beta, those students who are raising their hand, please let me know in the chat box because we are not having much time. अच्छा जी, बता दें अलीना. बेटा, what do you need to ask? Hurry up, tell me.
मिस जो कंट्रीज के नेम है वो हमें ब्लैक पेन से लिखना है, ब्लैक इंक पेन से.
Yes. The name of the countries will be written with black pen, okay?